Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Tune in, don't just come across. We do it all, y'all just for the talking. Might lose your mind when you hear these topics, no cap, think about it. Who you know going this hard, all real, all way, think about it. Best interviews, who is this? We don't do all this, that entrepreneurship. Come and link, join the viewership. Education, relationships, businesses, view the clips. This the Midwest takeover, going overtime to invent on focus. Bringing guests in from all over, whole lot of game, we don't need a closer. Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Turn them L's to lessons, we don't do the losses. Dedication daily, ain't no other options. Booking up these slots on every show we plotting. Pull up a chair, make sure you watching. Subscribe, get them notifications popping. Pull up all the champagne, we gon' get it poppin'.
What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Gotti on the Gotti's World Show. And today is a very special day. When I say this guest here is very important to the culture. Very well needed. Very well, man, it's a lot of words for you, bro. It's a lot of words for you, bro, because everything that you're doing, man, behind the scenes protects a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Protects a lot of people. But before, let me go ahead and get this shit out the way. Before I let y'all know who I got here, because this is gonna blow y'all mind. I gotta get the little regular stuff out the way. I gotta get the sponsor out the way. So my sponsor is Chosen Vodka.
When I first discovered that Chosen Vodka was black owned, it blew my mind. I was just like, man, a black owned vodka? That's crazy. I never seen nothing like it before. It's smooth, it's eloquent, and it definitely sets the vibe. Chosen Vodka comes in 3 delicious flavors: traditional, vanilla, and pineapple. This vodka right here is the new wave for the culture. Made with 100% premium ingredients and distilled 6 times over. So make sure Chosen Vodka is the one that's in your cup. ChosenVodka.com ships to 30 states in America.
That is my vodka, Chosen Vodka. Y'all need to get y'all some online only right now. I would like y'all to go ahead and purchase, do what y'all got to do. Great, man. 3 great flavors, man. So y'all need to tap in with that for real. All right, but let's go ahead and get into the guest, man. This brother here, like I said, attorney at law, attorney at Hamilton Law Group LLC. Y'all really need to get to know this brother. All artists, I know y'all gonna see this. Y'all need to get this information. Y'all need to lock in, get your popcorn, do what you got to do, because we're going to talk about a lot of shit today. All right, important things that y'all really need to know too. So, without further ado, my boy, Edward Hamilton. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, big dog?
Chilling, man. Just came out, you know. Stopped by the show.
I appreciate you for coming, man. I know you had a nice little ride, like we talked about. But hey, I'm glad to get you, man, and get some of your time, bro. That means everything to me, man. We've been trying to lock in, but I got busy. I know you busy, and it just had to happen on its own time.
Hey, I said that when you hit me on Instagram, I was like, okay, we finally got it locked in. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, my brother, I don't know if you really watched the show, but we go from the past, the present, and the future.
Got you.
So we're going to get to know about you, everything that you got going on. And I got some important questions that I think a lot of people really need to, they need to know themselves. And hopefully you can get us that information without giving them all the sauce.
Right.
You know what I mean? So first thing I just want to do, I do a whole mental health check right now. That's what I'm doing. A whole mental health check. So in the morning, bruh, when you wake up, how do you get yourself centered for the day?
Usually I'm just ready to go. Honestly, I'm ready to go. Once I hit the hot shower, I'm gone.
Mind start clicking, everything.
Probably, I ain't even gonna lie, like a lot of the times I'm just always moving, so I probably was up like an hour or something ahead of time just thinking like, oh man, okay, what about this, what about that?
Yeah.
So I do that, and then like I said, hot shower at that, I'm ready to go handle the business for the day.
Do your mind, with you doing everything that you're doing, bro, do your mind ever turn off? Do you ever get that peace to where you like, let me Let me turn this shit off for a second and let me.
That's tough. Cause ideas come from anywhere. So
Yes.
you know, like I told you, kind of thinking of sports. I was gonna say maybe when I'm watching football, but then again, maybe not, cause it might be like, oh, I got a play I want to look up. So
Always so.
always probably when I'm deep sleep, then I'm good.
Then you straight. And you might fuck around and have a dream.
Hey.
Dream about a business move.
I definitely had a dream last night. That's crazy.
So, bro, where are you originally from?
From Chicago, South Side, Inglewood, Auburn, Gresham area.
All right. I hear that. Growing up in your household as a kid, man, what did that look like through your eyes?
It was my older brother, 2 older sisters. I always fought my older brother. You know, the youngest kid, so everybody want to try to tell you what to do. But me, I just never been that person that let people tell me what to do. So just every day, always an argument, always a fight, you know, standing up for myself.
Yes, sir.
Stuff like that.
Strong-minded.
Yep.
So, which brings you into the field that you in.
That's true.
Everything makes sense. Everything just lined up for you. So, even with your, as far as with your mother, father, what is that relationship like? How did that look in your eyes?
Stay with my mom. I think my parents were together maybe till I was like 9. Well, maybe like 8, 9, something up in there. Mom, you know, they broke up or whatever, so we were technically in a single household. But my dad was always in my life, so I always just went over there on the weekends or something. So I had to find the figure. I wasn't, you know, just straight all mom. I don't know. You know, being a kid, you don't really know what their relationship is. So, you know, I just know he would come get me. Sometimes go over there for the summers, things like that.
Do you what type of relationship do you have with your mom now and your pops now?
It's good. It's funny. You know, I'm a person that kind of think like outside the box, and then you genuinely understand and know people once you grow. So it's a different look. You know, when I came up, and it's like, shut up, do this, blah, blah, blah. As opposed to now being an adult, it's like, okay, I understand what type of person my mom is. I understand what type of person my dad is.
When did that click? Because it was about a few years ago, I really started looking at my mother, not as my mother, but as another woman. Like, oh, like, you got feelings. Shit like that. When did that click to where you and your mom had that, or you and your father had that relationship? Like, I see you as... You a man. You bleed too, bro.
Right. My pops probably, I would say early 20s. My mom, I was a little bit naive, so maybe like, maybe like when I was 30 or something, 31, something like that.
Okay. Now, how do they feel about you in the field that you in?
Of course they love it, you know. They get my son's a lawyer, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
they get that.
And then the more I do, you know, the more support you get, more encouragement you get. Not to say they weren't at first, because they were. You know, everybody was like, oh, yeah, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, just the further you go, everybody, it's always cool when you actually watching the journey. So everybody is watching the journey, and it's still unfolding. People are like, oh, you did this, you did that. I'm like, I'm a long way from where I'm trying to get to, so.
And that's the same thing I say about it. They like, man, you blowing up, you doing this. But I'm like, bro, you just don't know. I still got some shit that I ain't done yet, and I want to do.
Exactly. And nope, you gonna do.
Gonna do. Speak everything into existence. Manifest everything. You definitely right. Thank you for correcting me on that, bro. Yeah, and they just don't. They don't see. Have anybody along the way not seen your vision? I mean, they're not supposed to, but have they not seen your vision? They was like, nah, bruh.
Yeah. A lot of people.
How did that feel?
I remember when I was first telling people, like, yeah, I'm going to law school. Everybody's like, going to law school? What do you mean you going to law school? But it was funny because when I was in Jackson State, I had a cousin in Mississippi, and she was like, yeah, after you graduate, you know, you can go to school and get your JD, and then you take the bar. I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, JD, what is that? And now I look back, right? I look back and I'm like, man, it's crazy. You spoke this a long time ago, and I just didn't understand at that time. But most people can't see the vision, you know. Like I said, until it started to unfold, and it's like, dang, he really snapped. He really did it.
Now, how does that has that conversation with them that didn't see it, and they see it now? how they coming back to you? How's that conversation like? Yeah, nigga.
It's not even like that because nobody ever just outright tells you like, no, you can't do it.
But they
Nah,
brush
son.
it off in a way
They do.
to where you understand. You like, damn, like, bro,
Yeah, it's-
how you gonna
it's-
crush my shit like that?
It's real subtle. It's definitely real subtle, and I pick up, on certain people that did it. But now, it's, they don't. They would have never said it, right? Let you mention it now. No, I never said anything like that. Like, okay, you're right. You never said it. So I just move forward.
But I got this mental note on my head of what
It's
the hell
already
you just
here.
said.
It's already here. Don't worry about it.
You said don't worry about it.
'Cause for me, I'm just gonna prove you wrong. I remember, and I don't want to talk
Go
too
ahead.
much.
No, go ahead, bro. That's what it's for. We got time, bro.
Okay. I remember football, right? When I was trying out, I went to Hyde Park at first,
Okay.
and they were like, "Oh no, you too small to be on a team." You just all this nonsense, and I'm like, "Okay, just let me go ahead and try it out, made the team, started all that stuff, transferred to Calumet, so I met you and everybody.
Okay.
Went to Calumet, the same thing, dominated All Star City. Went to the City All Star game and all that, but people just, no, you too small to play. You too small to play. I got D2 scholarships, D1 scholarships, all that stuff. So 1AA. It wasn't like Big Ten or nothing, but it's still D1.
Bruh. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait. Cause now that's a whole other conversation. How did you get from that doing that to over here?
Everything tied up in the same. So, okay, let me give you my how.
Go
I
ahead.
went to
Go
law
ahead.
school,
Run it
right?
down.
So, sports. I always love sports. I played intramural when I went to Jackson State, and I actually made the team as a walk-on.
Okay.
Just so happened to have my daughter, so I didn't go back to school. I didn't finish there. I came back to Chicago State and finished. But I was like, I still played sports. I even went. I was gonna play what's it called, semi-pro for a minute, but I didn't really care for it too much because I felt like couldn't really get to the league off of it.
Okay.
So I didn't do that for long, and I just stayed with sports. And then music came, sports, music, entertainment, all this.
Yeah,
kind of
all that wrapped in one. Yeah.
But I just stayed with sports, and then one morning I'm like, you know what? I want to be a sports agent. It was like probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, I'm always up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to be a sports agent. I get on Google. I'm looking like, how to be a sports agent. So I'm reading everything. They like, oh, you need a postgraduate degree. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, MBA, law degree. Like, it really wouldn't make sense to get an MBA and then you'll still need a lawyer to look over the contract and negotiate the contract for you. So I skipped the middleman and just become a lawyer. Looked it up. How do I get into law school? Look it up. LSAT. Okay. When do I sign up? Signed up for it. No real study. I think I ordered a book off of Amazon. And I probably looked at it a little bit, but I ain't really study on it. Took the test.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I was like, man, whatever. I'm taking the test, and I wound up getting in, and then that's when I went to school.
What was that time, or what was that moment when you when you really start walking into? Because I'm gonna say this your purpose. Do you feel like this your purpose, or this is
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I'm definitely getting to it. This part of it.
So when did you actually start walking into this to where it's like, I can't nobody tell me, no, this is what I am now? Like this is locked
once
in.
I got into school.
Okay.
Definitely. It was funny. I got into school. So with my LSAT, like I told you, I didn't study. So I think you needed like a 150, and I had like a 147. No study though. I got kids when I get into school. I had kids. They like, yeah, I had a 160 on the LSAT, and I had this on the LSAT, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But in my mind, I'm like, that don't mean nothing. We still at the same school.
Right.
So how it works, it's graded on the curve, so everybody's against each other, right?
Right.
So in my mind, when I went to school, I took my girl, my kids down there, so it was like it wasn't no coming back. I moved to Florida, everything on my back. You gonna do it? It's no question because you just took your last bread. I got probably like $7,000, $8,000. You took your last bread down here, moved the whole family to Florida, all of that. So you gonna do it?
This gotta work out.
Has to work. It wasn't a looking back, none of that. Cause it's like I'm not gonna tell my kids I failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait,
how do you go back and say some shit like that?
right?
You can't.
So I
You
went
can't.
there, bro, and man, first semester, it was funny. I remember making a post on Facebook,
Right.
and like, yeah, anybody want to study? Blah blah blah. Nobody responded except for one girl. She responded. She was pretty cool. And nobody responded. We took our midterms, killed it.
Mm.
Finals came right after that. After the midterms, everybody wanted to study with me. So I'm like, okay.
They say, oh, that worked.
Yeah, I studied with a couple of people though. Like, yeah, we'll study. But at the end of the first year, probably like half the class kicked out. I was number 8 in the class. Other half of the class kicked out. But all the people who was like, yeah, I did so good on the LSAT and I'm so smart, and the teacher asked them a question, they got to go with these old super long extra answers instead of just getting to the point.
The old, them people.
Gone. All of them. Out of here. Bye-bye.
Because they didn't pass.
Didn't pass. Wow. Gone. I'm sitting at the top. All y'all was talking about y'all LSAT scores and all this stuff. Don't none of
Funny
that.
how life works, though.
Crazy. It was funny because one of the guys, his wife was there. Him and his wife were in class together. And we had some debate or something. He just really thought he was showing me up. And I'm just like, nah, you're really wrong. But he wound up getting kicked out. His wife stayed.
Wow.
Crazy.
You said, all right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right. I promise you, that's my line. Oh, okay. I'm going to show you.
Just show you. Is that a chip on your shoulder, even with you playing sports and stuff like that? Because from what I heard, when you playing, people telling you that you can't. That's a chip on your shoulder that you keep.
Absolutely. And then it's crazy because I always know my own talent. So, I think my first year playing football was my sophomore year in high school. I never played like any organized football. I just used to play Killer Man before grammar school.
Killer Man, come on now, talk your shit,
bro. Killer Man before school, and then just playing in the neighborhood. So Killer Man, of course, it trains you to be a punt returner, right? Because you got to dodge everybody.
Got to get loose.
So, when I go out there, they like, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm out there shaking the shoes off people. You hear me? Shaking the shoes off of them. There was some guys, they was from Dunbar or something. Oh, he's like a top defensive line. Oop, excuse me. I'm about going crazy.
Y'all know who y'all fucking with. Oh man. Now, let me ask you one thing. What if it could be two things, what are some of the morals that you take with you that your people gave you that you instill into yours?
A lot, man. Think for yourself. Definitely. That's been something that stick with me forever. Education. Anything educational, we always rotate with that. Mm-hmm. Just being a good person, man. Giving back to people all the time. I don't know if you've seen it. Probably not. I don't think I'll talk about it too much on Instagram, but I was doing this thing, Urban Community Renewal Project. So UCRP for short. Mm-hmm. Just cleaning up neighborhoods. It wasn't an official 501c3, but just doing different things, back to school drives. We're partnering with people, back to school drives. I'm actually on the board for my buddy's 501c3, Elevate Incorporated. So I do a lot of that.
Yeah, you just do 501c. You throwing it
it's just a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that, bro?
My bad.
Hey, man, you still got people that ain't there yet that ain't gonna understand, J.
I got you.
Got you. You got it. You got it. Just bring it down just for me, just a little bit, because I don't know what the fuck going on.
Got you.
I know certain things, but bro, let's run down some of the. I'm gonna run down some of the accolades you got here. FAMU went down there.
Yeah, FAMU Law, not the
FAMU Law.
So my college was like all over the place. Like I said, I was playing football. Mm-hmm. One thing I would have done was take my scholarship. One of them, I didn't. I was supposed to go to my coach. I went to like a camp for U of I.
Okay.
And spoke with the running back coach and everything. They're like, oh yeah, we gonna come in, but we want you to put some weight on, put some muscle on. So I'm getting ready to go to a JUCO. Right, the week before I go to JUCO, the whole coaching staff get fired. They bring a guy from Texas. He got his own players. People that was already there that I knew, they like, oh no, he benched everybody. We finna transfer. So that leaves me just to find a school. I'm scrambling 1 week before school started, and I wind up going to Mississippi Valley State, trying to play football, trying to get my tape. Coach got my tape, never watched it. A couple of my buddies went to Jackson State, and then my cousin, she was in Jackson. She just so happened to know the sister head coach. Okay. So I'm like, look, get him my tape. So I wound up transferring there. She got on my tape. He finally watched it. Really, he had the tape, but he never watched it. But I played intramural football at Jackson State with my buddy Marcel. So while we played intramural, a lot of the second and third string football players were playing intramural. So we destroying people, and they like, wait, why you not on the team? You know, so them plus one of my other buddies, I had class with him, Keith. I forgot his last name, but he was like the starting corner.
Right.
And then he was like, man, people telling me about you playing football. Why you not on the team? So he went in and talked to the coach. Then they finally looked at my tape. But then it's like, oh, come out. We want you. You could be on the team. Come out for the summer. Just come to the summer camp and you're going to be on the team.
Funny how the world works, right?
It irritates me sometimes. But
of course. It's like, if you just look at the work, man, I don't need no cosign because I'm already here.
All you have to do is watch the tape.
That's it. But of course, you know, people miss shit, and not only in that field, this field, other field, and it's like, man, like we were talking about. It's a lot of raw talent,
yeah,
dope talent, but we got them damn gatekeepers, bro.
You do.
And it's a lot here. And that's what I kind of wanted to holler at you about, even on here. Not getting to nothing personal, but it's just with me, I want to be that. I'm going to be that bridge between the artist and getting that person that's here into the eyes of somebody that can do something with them and take them to the next level. I just want to help. I like to help. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I want to get mine. Whatever I invested,
nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever I invested, get it back to me, get my little percentage, and I'm gone. But the whole thing is, and I ain't trying to steal, I ain't trying to take nothing, because that's not even in my aura. I just know it's so many of these artists here, and they need to get here, but some people are not touchable right now. You got a lot of big people in the city that are not touchable. I understand in certain ways why they not touchable, because they could be busy, move out to different, you know what I'm saying, hating shit, all that. We in Chicago, don't get it twisted. But
ain't nobody that busy. You don't make time for something that you want to make time for. I just say that.
I can't argue with you there. Especially if you're really looking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we got to get these gatekeepers out the way, bro. I'm not even playing with it. It's so many of them, and I'm just like, damn, don't knock the next person or tax them hard, and you know they ain't got it. Because the first thing, like I said, they come out their mouth, wasn't it for me? Or what's their budget? Nigga, if they had money, they wouldn't need you. How to get there?
I'm on both sides of that, though.
Go ahead.
The reason I say that is, a lot of times I tell artists and just small business owners, whatever, like, emulate who you want to be like. So if I'm whatever company, I'm looking to the larger version of my industry, right? So if I'm making cars, I'm making electric cars, I'm gonna look at Tesla, see what Tesla's doing. Now, I cannot do exactly what Tesla's doing. I don't have that budget. I'm not at that scale, but I could do it on a smaller scale until I can get to that level. And that's why when it comes to the budget thing, a lot of things you can only do so much for free. So once you get past that free point, you want to have some type of budget. Now, I'm with you 100%. All this super taxing and all that is crazy. But, if you want people to take you seriously, because I done had conversations with people where they charge to do a certain thing, right? But if I go and I'm like, hey, I got this kid, he can do X, Y, Z, what you going to charge me? Like, look, I do it for free. Don't tell him I'm going to do it for free, right? Tell him we're going to charge him this price because we just want to see how hard they're going to work.
Okay, I get that. And don't get it wrong. But that's why even with me working with certain artists, I have a meeting with them first. I sit down and ask certain specific questions to see where they head at, to see if we can even move forward, because it's like, oh, no, you know what I mean? It's about certain answers. And once you talk to somebody long enough, you can understand exactly where the hell they coming from. You like
what they trying to do. Like,
exactly. Like, nah, bro, you ain't ready. Music good, but you ain't ready.
Yeah.
You ain't ready for that. Even though you keep saying it, you ain't ready for that. But it is certain ones, and you just like, they just need that kick.
Yeah, a little push.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even on the other side, I'm trying to get emulating some of the Dame Dashes, the Chris Lightnings, the shit, hell, even the young ones, the Bibbies, the you know what I mean? Trying to get into that space and trying to get into these rooms, but still finding my way as well. So with you being on the legal side, the entertainment lawyer side, what are some of the things that you see it's in this industry with these contracts getting, you know what I'm saying, with bringing somebody to a label? What are some of the small little things that you see to maybe even just look out for if you were an artist or an A&R coming?
I would say just beforehand, just understand what you're trying to do first. Let's just say that, because and then look at where you at now. Because maybe a deal necessarily might not be the best thing for you. There's distribution companies out here, you know. So you got Empires, you have Orchard and the Rock Nation. When I forgot their name, but you got different distribution companies that'll say, "Hey, here goes some money." You know, you can advance your career like that and not owe too much of anything. And then in most of the time, in most of those instances, you still own your actual content and your copyrights to your music. So,
do you see what would you tell a young artist if he say, "Okay, I want to do this music thing, but I'm jammed up in it with my beats or stuff like that, like copywriting, things like that, or either in business." I know you got a service to where you help people get their business started, as far as on the legal side, the EIN, things like that. So where would you start somebody even trying to get their business together?
Just in general, artists.
Artists in general, either one.
Both of. It's funny. I was just in the other in the waiting thing, right? And I'm looking on the wall, and I see they got everything, their business license and everything. Then they got their trademarks. I'm like, okay, they on point in here.
Oh yeah.
You don't see that a lot. You really don't, right? People be like, business, like, what I need that for? I don't need to register no business. Yes, you do. Because if you sign a contract with somebody and you don't fulfill it, or you breach the contract, guess what? They're going to look to sue you. So just say you know, have a regular job or whatever, and you've amassed a few assets or whatever, they're going to want those assets. I'm going to sue you because I want this money from you. Because you made me miss out on money that I could have earned. So always, man, I can't stress it enough. Like, have your business together. If you're an artist, you should have some type of LLC for your artistry. That's it. Like, when you create your music, copyright your music and have your company as the owner of your music. So if you go and sign, you know, distribution, or you sign with a label or whatever, and they really like your song, guess what? They got to actually pick up your company to utilize that. So,
how would they go about getting it copyrighted for the people who just even starting just on the
so when you make your music, it's technically you have a common law copyright in it already. But you know, if anything ever happens, say somebody steals your music, you make this beat, right? You make a beat and you put it on YouTube and somebody's taking it and they don't pay you. You can't actually sue them because of your common law copyright. You'll have to get your actual copyright registered with the copyright.gov or Hamilton Law Group. You know, you can just
Hamilton
call
Law
us
Group,
and we'll knock it out for you. So, but definitely.
What you've dealt with? I know you've probably have you dealt with any record labels or anything like that, music contracts yet? Have you seen that come across your desk yet?
Oh, label, yeah.
I always say a lot of even record deals are not bad. It's really kind of what you negotiate. It's not what you earn. It's what you no. I'm trying to get it right. It's what you negotiate, basically. Put it like that. I couldn't get it. But it's whatever. It's not what you deserve. It's what you negotiate.
Okay.
That's what it is. So, do a lot of people don't think that they can go back and forth with these labels. They just think that this is standard. This is what this is. If not, you don't want it, we'll take it back. And some people get scared about that, not knowing you could be like, no, that ain't it. We don't want that.
I will say, in some situations, you don't. But when you don't, then you just leave the table. Don't be scared to leave. Leave the table. Walk away. go back to doing your music, right? Because if they contact you, it's a reason they contacted you.
Facts.
So once you decide, like, you know what, this not a good enough deal, they don't want to budge on anything after you've, contacted the Hamilton Law Group, because we probably go
Hold
get
on,
your
put,
numbers up.
put that up there, cause I but yeah, go ahead, contact him. Go ahead, brother.
So yeah, if you can't, for one, I always laugh because I'm like, do not go into these record labels with your cousin or your auntie, and y'all think y'all finna tell these people, no, we need an extra 100,000. They gonna see you. What? You're not getting nothing, So going there with representation, it definitely make a difference, and I don't care what size artist you are. If somebody's contacting you and they extending a contract to you, it's a reason why. Um, and if you ever hear somebody say, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need your attorney," leave. If they say, "Oh, you use our attorney," leave. Like, those just red flags. But definitely going there with the representation, and we can negotiate something for you. I've negotiated upwards on a couple things so far. So
Dope shit. That's dope shit. Now, what coming from my side, how, because like I said, I just want to polish. I want to get that person from here to here. So I want to polish them up, press kits, things like that.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying, getting them, digital marketing, doing all my marketing stuff like that, giving them my connections, basically. Getting my paperwork together. Because a lot of people are scared with these contracts and shit like that. So, like I even explained to the people that I have, I'm not trying to take from you, bro. Just whatever I invested, and give me my little small percentage, and then I'm gone. And it's not even what the deal. It's not even with the record label. They don't owe me. You owe me. And that's where it's kind of like, okay, how would I go about getting that contract together or aligned with you? If I was to
something like, so when we want to like draft a contract, we just need to lay out everything you're trying to do. So you tell me all the services you want to do. I'm like, okay, we can kind of put that together in the package. What you trying to achieve with it? Are we saying we want to just get them there and we just want this plus a percentage? It just depends, and then we just write it up based off what you're looking for as far as a contract for that. Yeah. So really any contract, like whenever somebody like, hey, I need a contract for this. First off, I give you two options.
Thank you.
Cheaper option or it's the higher option, right? You can go and find something on Google, because a lot of people got a bad habit of this. Let me go find this on Google or whatever.
I was thinking that. I was one of them. I was thinking that. I didn't move on it.
A lot of people do it, but it's not tailored to what you want. So it's gonna be things in that contract that shouldn't be there, or it's gonna be things in the contract that's not there that should be there. So you can go and get it, and then you can just bring like, hey, look, I have this template already. Can you go over it? This is what I'm looking for, and I can say, okay, this is what you're looking for. Well, it's missing A, B, but it has C. It's just missing A and B. So we'll go in and we'll edit the A and B.
Tailor it for. Okay.
As opposed to me drafting an entire new one that's gonna cost different.
Now it is a even with these law firms, it is a to our community, it's a stigma behind that. Man, I dealt with a law firm, man, and they did this. They wouldn't even do this for me. Where is some of that? Have you even dealt with some of that yet? Or people kind of like antsy, or not antsy, but hesitant to deal with you?
Absolutely. I had a few people hesitant. Like one guy, I was gonna give him his damn money back. I'm like, bro, like I'm a licensed attorney. I didn't went through too much. I wouldn't play with your money. Like, if you want your money back, I give it to you right now, and you can go find somebody else. But the thing about that is, I guarantee, like, they're not gonna do it for this price anyway. Cause you trying to tell me my price is too high, and my price was like way cheaper. Cause like the first people, like initial people, when I'm doing a certain thing, if I haven't done it before, I charge way less just so I can get the experience.
Mhm.
And it's like, dude, nobody is doing this for less than $1,500. I just told you $500.
I know one of the reasons why we are hesitant is because we don't like to do a lot of business, and then sometimes it is that stigma, man. I ain't doing no business with them, man.
Mhm.
Or with my people, I'd rather go to a white. I'd rather go to a white person.
Mm-hmm.
When when you say you guarantee, it's like I hear in my head, I hear I got you.
That's it.
That's what I hear when you say I guarantee it, because, and that's just with me, with some of the people that I'm surrounding myself with. It's like, all right, yeah, I can see that, and I still know a little bit myself about what I'm trying to do.
Right.
So I'm not going in blindsided, but to somebody who's coming in blindsided, they do get hesitant because they're like, man, I'm giving you my last, bro, but I just need this done. Or
I agree. And I understand that it's nothing, but it kind of go back to the calling, right? Because I did this for a reason. I always joke with my buddy and Arctic. Shout out to the architects.
don't bring that name up here because I'm so upset with that name. He don't drop no music. Everybody keep asking about his music and he just don't drop it. So I got my little personal gripe with him, but I can't wait till they do though. Go ahead.
Yeah, we was laughing like when I was talking to him about it, like, man, bro, I'm finna go in there and I'm finna go crazy. And I'm like, man, bro, like, you gonna be a double agent in that shit. I'm like, I know, because they ain't even gonna expect it. I'm finna go in here, learn everything, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna help the people that I know need it, that don't know anything about it and
Same.
typically can't afford it.
Same.
And they going with, other people that really don't really care. Gonna tax you. Going to tax you and not think twice and have to do the job for you. I had somebody tell me about another firm and I get a lot of calls like that, like, oh man, I just paid these people $5,000 and they not doing
And that's
this
what I
and
was
this and that.
asserting. So I know it was bribe that I was saying it, but that's what I'm saying.
And then they like, well, what can you do for me? But it's like, you want to come to me with $150, but you just told me you paid them $5,000. Like, I'm not taking $150, period. So I can't think of anything that I do for $150 unless it's somebody that I work with. I'm just looking out for them. Like, okay, just give me $150. But yeah, I'm not that guy. I definitely look out for my people. So it's funny because it's weird. Like, everybody like, oh, you attorney, you gonna make so much money, blah blah blah. Like, the money is cool, but that's not really what I'm here for. It's not, oh, I want to charge all these people all this money and blah 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 and get rich off them. Like, that's not what I'm here for. That's why I have the sports, right? So if you have little cousins, nieces, nephews, or whatever, and they playing collegiately or going to the league, call me, have them to the law group, because that's going to allow us to continue to provide these services for the law. So I want to get the sports side up and rolling, make a bankroll off the sports agency aspect, and then I could do pro bono work, criminal law, whatever, for whoever needed.
Rich Paul, he just kicked down the door.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick Carter,
Mm-hmm.
I study them.
Yeah, me too.
Heavy on them.
Mm-hmm.
And they moves. So I know where you're going with that. I understand exactly where you at. My thing is, though, we have the same vision, but at some point in time, bro, we can't help everybody.
That's my hard part.
And that's my hard part too.
Yeah.
Because I want to help, and I see so many, but I'm like, I don't want to put on the load of mine. I'm not going to be a manager. I'm not doing that. I don't want to be I don't even want to have that responsibility.
I said that.
I don't, bro. I don't. But I'm saying, if I'm working with an artist here, right? I get him to that point, and he say, "Man, I don't really trust them up there, bro. But I've been working with you. What's up? Can you be?" That's why I'm gonna get scared at right there.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
gonna be a lot of work. But I don't know, because I think me personally, I would say I won't do it. I did manage in the past. I was Arctic manager for a while.
Okay.
Oh, Prince Ghost as well. A few artists, man, but I
Was
just,
it under the new Vision Entertainment?
hmm
Okay.
So I just never changed the name. I think I'm gonna keep that name for sports once I get there. But
See
anyway,
why I don't change it.
yeah,
Keep it.
I'm gonna keep it. But I now at this point I only want to deal legal. So what I like to do is help you any way that I can on the legal side, so you can get up there with whoever, and then when you get that deal, you come to me and we can negotiate that deal for you, and we just make sure you protected across the board.
Now, either I saw personal injuries up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you deal with just regular cases? Or do you deal with federal? Because it is different, dealing with
for the most part, state cases.
just state cases. Okay.
Yep.
Certain people need to know that. Me, exactly. I'm just asking for myself too. Personal shit. Man, criminal justice.
Okay.
How do you feel about? They targeting artists. They target in entertainment. They targeting them. It's a lot of silly shit going on. A lot of artists do silly shit.
True.
So, like, are you taking on cases like that as well?
Artists, criminal cases. Yeah, I will. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's still a criminal case. I mean,
Exactly.
it's gonna be the same principles regardless of who it is. As far as the law concerned, they don't really get special treatment. They probably got money to find out that Pookie and them probably might not have, but same deal.
How do you feel about them being targeted, and what is some of the things that you, with your talent and your mind, what are some of the things that you are, how are you going to contribute to lessen that down other than they doing their silly shit? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be like, nah, like, would you see like a case like a Meek Mill case?
Okay.
And you saw some of these things going on, and you like, nah, man, let me help. Let me put my 2 cents in there. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing some of the things like that?
I haven't yet. I haven't came across the right situations, but I will. And that's the thing, man. Like, I kind of move how I want to move, so I can do a lot of different things. So if I see something that I'm like, okay, and not even that I need publicity or anything like that for, if it's just something that I feel like I'll reach out for this, then I do it.
Do you have a team, or is just you for you
right now? It's me. I honestly want to be a full service law firm, but it's just steps away. So, but right now it's just me on the fly, usually at the house on a computer, or at the office sometimes downtown. But just on the go, just me.
What's the bigger vision? What's the bigger vision for the Hamilton Law?
Hamilton Law Group definitely being like a full service law firm to where we doing like every aspect of law, and then also helping low income people. Like I said, if I could do pro bono work for people, I would. Sometimes I do stuff for free because I just be like, oh man, I like doing it so much. You know what? I do it. Like I had the consultations and stuff. I like music. Like I've been in music over 10 years, definitely. Just managing, marketing, all that stuff. My undergrad in marketing. So when you said that, I'm like, okay. So sometimes I catch myself like giving out a lot of knowledge. Like I could have made them pay for it, but
I could have gave them the sauce, but you know what I mean?
Whatever. Y'all can have it. It's cool.
But you know what? That ain't doing nothing but you got that spirit of the same kind of spirit that I have, which is just helping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get your blessings back that way anyway, and they're going to come 10 times more.
I promise you. That's
you know what I mean?
Like
and just for even hearing a brother like you that's not an artist, you did do some entertainment. I mean, well, you did do, you know what I'm saying, sports, but this is what you own now. This is the path now. And because it seems so far-fetched for us.
Mm-hmm.
See, hearing that, everything that you just broke down, even with what you had to do, your scores and your tests and things like that, is it really that rigorous when you're going through it, when you study and bar and all that?
Well, I say this,
like they say it because that scares people off when they hear that.
Look, when I first got to school, we had like this whole session and they telling you about law school and it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be like this, and then of course throughout school you have a number of sessions where they telling you about the bar and what the bar is gonna be like. Law school, it gets easier as you go. First year, I probably had like no time. It was always studying. You could tell who studied and who didn't study because the people that didn't study, they got kicked out. So I just was always studying, but as you learn the process, you understand how it works. It's like, okay, I can find time to do this now because I understand, like, I know how to do this. Boom. Now I got free time, a little bit of free time, not a lot. I got a little bit of free time, and then I got to get back to it. So that's that aspect of it. But the bar, it was like, the bar. Even people that had taken the bar, right? They took it and they passed it. Like, I study for 12 hours a day and blah, 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 blah. You want to know my bar routine? I did a small early bar prep, right?
Okay.
And they like kind of go over, they give you stuff to go over, but I just read through it. But they give you like these long outlines, a lot of multiple choice, blah, 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 blah. I ain't really use outlines during school, so I didn't use them during bar prep. I did a lot of multiple choice questions. And then they kept moving our date back because of COVID. So they kept moving the date back. And I'm just like, you know what? I ain't finna study no more. So I started playing Call of Duty. Man, I'm telling you, I would be like, you know what? I'm playing Call of Duty. Like, cause the thing about it, and I got a few friends that didn't pass, and I tell them like, don't overdo it, cause it's a lot of information that you have to know. When I say a lot, and that's the problem, like it's so much you have to know. But if you think that you're gonna know all of that stuff, you're gonna fail. You're just not gonna be able to know all that stuff. So they give you like strategies on this is what you should know. Focus on this. Focus on this. Focus on that. And I locked that stuff in. And for me, because I paid so much attention, I did so well during school. Because the greatest indicator of you passing the bar is your law school GPA. So a lot of people that struggle passing the bar struggled in school because they didn't study properly. They were playing around, partying, and everything else. So, you know, if you coming out and you need a 2.0 to stay in law school. So if you 2.2 or something, it's like, of course you're going to need to study more than I did because I picked it up fast and I retained the information.
Okay.
So, I played Call of Duty. And then, like, I would do 100 multiple choice questions. And I think we needed like a 68%. And that's crazy, right? Like 68, that ain't good. No, it's good. It's definitely good.
It'll get you there.
It's definitely good for law school. You want to pass that bar, you gotta have 68% in the state of Illinois or 67, whichever one it is. But at any rate, so I would just do my multiple choice, and I was like, okay, I'm at 70%. I was at 70% like when I first started. So it was just a matter of keeping the information and then going over because some of the subjects you don't have. You're not gonna take every subject that's on the bar. It just don't work like that. Especially for me because I knew I wanted to do certain things, so I had to tailor my classes a certain way. So I missed out on some of the stuff.
Gotcha.
And it was like, this the first time I'm seeing it, right? Like secure transactions for one, it was the first time I'm seeing it. Like, but just so happened I used like a little sheet the night before the bar exam. It's crazy because I didn't mention this, but
keep going, bro.
Doing bar prep, I wound up getting shot. So that's why I'm like, my back. But anyway, I wound up getting shot doing bar prep. And that's when I really stopped. Like, yeah. They like, oh, you gonna take the exam? Yes. No question. And then after I wound up getting out the hospital, all that stuff, I was taking the bar exam, and I wound up having an infection from the damn gunshot wound. And it just was crazy, man. I had an infection that night before I woke up. I had like a small fever, nothing too crazy though. And then like the couple minutes, maybe like 5-10 minutes, my computer dying. It won't charge. It was just crazy.
That wasn't nothing but the devil. That wasn't nothing but the devil, bro.
Crazy.
Just trying to keep you away from the goal.
It was crazy,
but you still got here.
Absolutely.
Have you ever dealt with a bad contract?
Dealt with it like been in one or with artists or something?
No, with artists. A lot of artists watch the show, so they're gonna want to know, like, if I'm in some shit or I signed the wrong thing or I ain't even made it yet, but I signed a management deal with my man's over here, his entertainment company, and he got me locked into some shit. I want to go whoop ass, but you know what I'm saying. But I
that
can't.
ain't the right way to do it.
Right. So have you ever dealt with that or?
Yeah. I would say, man, like I said earlier, if they say, "Oh, you don't need your lawyer," leave. If they say, "Oh, you can use my lawyer," leave. Like, no, get your own attorney.
Because they all work together, especially in that.
That's
industry.
their lawyer, right?
Yes.
So if it's such and such entertainment company and he like, yeah, you can use my lawyer. That's his lawyer. So his lawyer is gonna make sure the deal favors him and not you, which is why you need somebody that's gonna independently represent your interests, like the Hamilton Law Group.
Indeed.
But yeah, I seen it, man, and I hate it. It's funny. I pride myself. I said, well, this is my thing. I pride myself on like not letting people sign bad deals, and that's artists, producers, whoever. I just don't like it. You know, I just hate it. Like I said, I was telling you, I made that thing up for the artists. I was doing PowerPoints and stuff, and it was like, yeah, I just really hate it. So the best plan of action is, and I'm gonna look directly in the camera. So
Talk to him. Put the camera on him, bro. Make sure they see him dead in his eye.
The best plan of action is have somebody like the Hamilton Law Group, or if not, whatever attorney you use, whoever, review it before you sign it. Like, I can't stress that enough, because the problem is somebody signs something and then they coming to me like, hey, can you get me out of this, or can they do this, or like, yeah, they could do it because you signed it away.
So it's hell getting out of it
all the time. Man, all the time. I just say that, and it's gonna be a lot of work, and a lot of work for me usually means a lot of money for you. So
heard that.
You know, if we could do something,
I heard that.
If we could do something upfront, reasonable, like, oh yeah, read these few pages. Okay, cool. We're gonna be at something reasonable. But when it's like, oh, I need to figure out how to get out of this. Now I gotta go study this, look at this. Like,
let me ask you, last two questions I gotta ask you, then we're gonna jump up out of here. For the young artists, and I know we just was talking about that, but that just made me lock into it. You got a hot record.
Okay.
Your shit's steaming.
Steaming.
You're 17, 16, 17 years old, 18 years old. They put $400,000 in front of you.
Woo.
You stay in the worst part of wherever. That look like gold to you. But they don't read that fine print. Mm-hmm. Just like a lot of people don't read the fine print, even when you setting up an app or something like that, them terms and shit like that, buying a car. You don't read that. Oh, he told me that's what it is. You sure? The numbers look okay. All right, just go ahead and sign. Not seeing a lot of other shit that's in there.
True.
What do you tell that young guy, even with the come see me first, but they like, man, I can't afford, bro. Like, man, I can't afford, bro. Like, now I gotta get my family out the hood though.
So I say this: you never know if you can't afford me if you never comes out to me. Because like I said, I'm charitable in a lot of ways. So I might be like, oh, you know what? Cool. If you're gonna do this, or if we can kind of negotiate it to be better for you, then that could be a relationship that we work down the line anyway. So I do this for free, and I do it off your word sometimes, even though we shouldn't. But a lot of times it's like, if you take my service and run away.
That's the good part in you.
Yeah, but see, I do it like I don't worry, because it's like me looking out for him and then them running off. Okay, what did I lose? Nothing. A little bit of time. That's cool. But he got on or whatever. That's fine with me. Because there's gonna be somebody else that's gonna double back and they gonna do it the right way. So now I do sign retainer agreements ahead of time, but just in certain scenarios, you never know what I'm gonna do. So I might be like, yeah, just come on. But to get to that point, I would say, I just can't stress it enough. Just have somebody look at it first, even if it ain't me. Have a professional look at it, because the way music is set up right now, if you got a hot record and you shooting your hot record out to the DJs, with your service pack and everything, you performing and you taking the marketing steps, because you have to do something for it to get really hot, right? So you got some type of budget, some type of something going on. If you work that a little bit longer, and don't be afraid to be patient. That's one of the keys in this. Be patient. Keep working it. and it might pop even harder next year. And then instead of getting 400, they'll be trying to give you 800. They'll be trying to give you 1.2. So be patient. I always get somebody to review it first, but if you can't, just be patient because it might not be the right situation for you. And I understand you want to get everybody out the hood. That's cool, but like I said, if they calling, you're doing something right.
That's
So
a fact.
just be patient.
But but that's that stigma. We look at you. I look at a well put together brother like you and be like, damn, he just like probably them other law firms. They probably gonna tax me. I ain't even got no money, but they offer me, so I ain't got no money though. Like, so I can't even go to him. Let me have my uncle. He used to, you know what I'm saying, do the, you know what I'm saying. I'm just telling you, that's the mind. Like, man, I ain't got no money.
I see it all the time.
To come see you. I ain't got no money to come see you. And the white guy, he talking about a consolation fee and things like that. I ain't got that. So fuck it. Let me just go ahead and go with what they talk about.
Still come see me. Because once you tell me like, hey, I got this contract on the table with Universal and I'm trying to see if it's good. I can't really afford to pay you. I might got $50. I might say, give me your $50 then. I might say, don't give me nothing. You don't know. Come talk to me. I just told you, it's not all about money for me. For one, I like doing the music entertainment. I've been doing this, so it don't hurt. Two, like we talked about before the show, networking and relationships.
Networking, do everything.
So you never know. You might sign that deal or not sign that deal, whatever the case may be. But even if you sign that deal and now you blow and you getting something from Sprite, and Sprite like, hey, we want to get an endorsement signed with this kid.
Yeah.
Come out now, have me negotiate that deal. You already got money, right? You signed and got your $400,000. I ain't charge you, but when it comes for Sprite come see me.
You gotta talk to them.
And get paid off that.
Boom.
It's cool.
Just
I'm
like
cool
that.
with that.
I love it. I love it. That's how it's supposed to be. And yeah, we definitely gonna be doing business too, bro. And I got some other questions that I want to ask you about the marketing shit because I done tapped in with some PR people, things like that, publishers and things like that. So to get them on, to get the artists that I'm working with on different big sites. So I'm gonna talk to you about that as well.
Gotcha.
I'm definitely talk to you about it. Hey, it's that time. All right. So basically what this is, bro, if you don't know, I got a game. It's called the 10 name game. So basically, I'm gonna fire off 10 things or 10 names. And you gotta give me your answer in a one-word answer.
Okay.
So say if I say the first thing that pop in your mind, the first one-word answer, if I say law, you say
fire.
Boom. Whatever. Just like that. It's just that simple. They all random though.
Gotcha.
You ready? Here you go. Antarctic.
My home. Oh, is that 2 words?
That's 2.
Okay, homeboy. Brother.
Got you.
That's a little better.
That's better. Music.
Fun.
Football.
Fun.
Family.
Love.
Black history.
The first thing that popped to my mind, I would say, is Martin Luther King. Even though I should. The reason it did because grammar school. That's the only person
I get
that
you.
teach you. I know plenty more Black history, but that's the first thing that popped on my mind.
Dreams.
Goals.
Heartbreak.
Pain.
Love.
Life.
Wise guy.
The guys.
The guy. The guys. Last day. I'm gonna give you 2 more. Your parents.
Teachers.
Your life.
Dope.
Clap it up, 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 clap it up. Now, we got a tradition. My brother, we always get the engineer to give you a grade. So with what you heard, my brother, what do you give?
I say solid A.
Solid A?
Appreciate
Solid
it.
A plus.
And why is that?
You answered everything. You did a good job answering everything. You know what I'm saying?
So he was straightforward with it.
Yeah. There you go. That's a better word for
But
it.
hey, man.
Straightforward with it.
Hey, I went to school a little bit. I went to school a little bit. I graduated from college. You know what I mean? Definitely give you an A, bro. Especially for the guy, especially for the wives. That's they the guys for real, for real.
Yeah.
They and like I said, man, they even put me in tune with you.
Mhm.
And I'm like, damn, okay, that'd be a good look, and that is a good look. That they going above and beyond, and that's how you can tell somebody's serious when they go talk to.
True.
You know what I'm saying? To get their business right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of motherfuckers don't get their business right.
Can't stress it enough.
You hear them like, man, yeah, woo, my business together, until you get down to the business.
Oh, and then I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm like, I be on it. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. NSG, not good standing. I mean, NGS, my bad, not good standing. Come on, bro. How your business together and you ain't even in good standing? Like, okay, all right. But I don't know. Sometimes
we wasn't
telling
taught
people-
business, G.
Huh?
We was not taught business.
I know.
We
but-
just jumped straight in.
But when you got people that's telling you certain things, and I'm telling you, like,
But a lot of people ain't passing the information either.
I'm talking about me personally.
Okay, you.
though.
Okay, cool.
Like, I didn't have people like, hey, look, this is what you need to do for what you're doing. And they'd be like, I got it. I got it together. Oh, yeah, And then I'd be like, no, you don't.
No.
But you know what? I ain't gonna stress it. I'm not gonna keep telling. That's one thing. I'm not gonna keep telling you something. I'm gonna tell you for free. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna tell you for free. And then if you don't take my advice, that's fine. I'm just not gonna tell you again. Next time you want to know, you gotta pay for it.
You gotta pay.
That's all.
Tell everybody how they get in touch with you, my brother.
You could reach me, business line, for
Yep.
any of those things that he posted earlier at 312.
Put that up one more time for me, bro.
At New Vision CEO. Facebook, Edward CEO Hamilton. I be on Facebook probably the most. I know I should be on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, but like I told you, I don't
Yeah.
post enough.
Yeah.
So if you want to catch me driving some type of knowledge or maybe throwing a stat up or something, you might want to catch me on Facebook.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Y'all already know where y'all can get in touch with me, man. Official_ Young Gotti on Instagram, Facebook, Urban Woods Jr. You can find me on that. Add me as well. My YouTube, where you get all the content, where you get all this content from. Gotti's World Media. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button so y'all know everything that's coming up. And when a new one drop, boom, it's on.
Boom.
Just like that. I need you to subscribe to.
Did I? I thought I did.
You gotta subscribe to the YouTube page.
I
As
got
soon
you.
as you do, it's on.
Gotcha.
My brother, I really appreciate you, man. You very valuable, very fucking valuable.
Appreciate it.
And I pray that me and you, we build a relationship. So all the shit that I got going on, I want it covered.
Got you.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? And we work it out. I ain't trying to get the hookup, but I'm gonna pay you. But sometimes it be like, man, bro, pockets. Is,
Right.
What can you do? I don't want to come to you because I believe people. I want people to get paid for what they, you know what I'm saying, for what they do.
I'm the same.
But sometimes shit hard, and I just gotta get it done.
I'm the same though, cause I had situations where it's like, yeah, I charge like $25 for this, and they like, well, we can't really. I'm like, you know what? We can do $1,000. We can do $500, and I might downscale it for you. Like instead of A, B, C, D, A, E, F that you're gonna get, I can do A and B for you for $500 if that's cool with you, right? I'm not gonna just charge you less and give you a half-ass service.
Got you.
I'm gonna give you top notch, but I just
That's
can't give you
great.
the full package. That's
great.
all.
That's
So
great.
we just breaking it down.
Just levels. It's just
Yeah.
levels to it. I appreciate you, man. We definitely gonna do some business. Man, and I hope when people see this, they get what they need from it, and they hit Hamilton Law, and they hit you up, man. So, like I said, bro, I extend everything that I have to you. Whatever I can do for you, whatever you looking for, whatever you need. If you need an outlet, if I got different other platforms that I'm on, I definitely shout you out, bro.
Appreciate
It's
you.
all about networking. It's all about hooking up.
Appreciate
guys
you
up.
inviting me on the show too.
Hey, they said you needed to talk, and I feel like I needed you here, so we had to work it out.
Yeah, it's finally got me talking. I don't really talk that much. I like the action, man. Let's just get it done.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Hey, man, Envion Studios, how in this interview. Thank you, God, for another episode. Thank you, God, for this beautiful brother in front of me. Thank you, God, for my engineer over there. I appreciate you. Couldn't do the show without you. You already know that, though. Envion Studios is where the home is at. We got another one, man.
Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Tune in, don't just come across. We do it all, y'all just for the talk. Might lose your mind when you hear these topics, no cap, think about it. Who you know going this hard, all real, always think about it. Best interviews, who is this? We don't do Otis, that entrepreneurship. Come and link, join the viewership. Education, relationships, businesses, view the clips. This the Midwest takeover, going overtime to invent on focus. Bringing guests in from all over, whole lot of game, we don't need a closer. Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Turn them L's to lessons, we don't do the losses. Dedication daily, ain't no other options. Booking up these slots on every show we plotting. Pull up a chair, make sure you watching. Subscribe, get them notifications popping. Pull up all the champagne, we gon' get it